Lifespiller79, and this is my show. It's good to be back, man. I was just thinking, man, I'm hoping that I get this video right this time. It's the 5th time. Actually, it's the 3rd time. I'm exaggerating. It's the 3rd time I try to shoot this video. I keep getting interruptions from other people calling me. It's like, man, nobody ever calls me. Now all of a sudden you want to call me, or you want to text me, or you want to send me a message. But anyway, I wanted to do kind of like a personal video and talk about my top 5 consoles. Now, this list is subject to change. Ain't no telling. I mean, depends, because I know I'll probably get a whole bunch of other consoles down the road. But anyway, just wanted to talk about my top 5. First, I wanted to give my honorable mentions. My 360. Sorry, I didn't make the top 5. I love it. I love my console, man. I loved it. I remember it being announced at the E3 of 2 years ago. I think it was what's this, 2013, 2011. It's almost 2 years I've had the console, and I remember as soon as they announced it, it was like, yeah, they unveiled it. They had like the old box of the old 360, and they lifted it up and they showed like this small Slim. I remember they were showing like the specs for it before that, kind of like a lot of information that leaked out. We didn't know what it was going to look like. You know, we always see a prototype, but then to actually see the finished product was one thing, and you know, it was a totally different thing. I think that's the whole thing that blows us away as gamers, is that we hear about it, but to actually see it come to fruition is different. It's just like with the PlayStation 4. We've been hearing all kinds of stuff about it, but I'm pretty sure at E3 they're going to release the actual console itself. You know, that was the only thing I guess that I walked away from not feeling good about, is that they didn't show the PlayStation 4. But I know that I'm going to pre-order it. I'm hoping that it comes bundled with a game, because one of my good friends, he released the video. Well, he showed the trailer of was it Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and that comes out October 29th. And I know it's coming out for the PlayStation 4. So, and I'm pretty sure it's going to come out for the next Microsoft console as well, whatever they decide to call it, Xbox 720. But I'm definitely getting the PS4. I like what I see. I've always loved what I've seen, and which kind of brings me to my number 5. My number 5 will actually be my PlayStation 3. I love it. I mean, I love the first party lineup. I mean, I can name like a shitload of games off the top of my head. Let's see, God of War, Little Big Planet, Infamous, Killzone, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper. I mean, it's just like a lot of nostalgic type games that just have that feel good to it. And you know what I'm saying when I say feel good. Whatever it is, whatever type of game is at the top of your list, like whatever type of genre it is, whether it's platformer, whether it's RPG, whether it's first person shooter type of game, you know, when you get that good feeling when you're playing that, that's what sense of feeling that I got when I would play on my PlayStation. And plus, it was the first console to have the Blu-ray console installed inside of it. I mean, the Blu-ray slash DVD player, whatever you want to call it. And I always try to stay above cutting edge with technology, because I love everything in every aspect. That's why I'm a technician, because that's the thing. I just love to be a part of everything that's technology. Funny thing about my PlayStation is this is actually my 4th one. I'll show you real quick. This is PlayStation 3, the Slim. Came out right around the time of December. Well, actually a little bit before that. It was right around with the Uncharted 3 bundle. I still got it. Haven't beat it completely. I think I'm on level 20 something. Funny thing is, I've had 4 PlayStations. The first one was a Japanese import. Paid about $500 for it. If I was a collector like I am now, I would have kept it and bought me an American one, because it wouldn't play none of my American games. The first game I had got was like GTA 4. Lets you know that I kind of waited a little while to get the PlayStation. I think it only had about 20 gigs on it, and I ended up sending it back. And then the second one I got was 40 gigs, and I switched it out. I switched out the hard drive and put 500 gigs in it, and it worked out pretty well for me. The only thing about it is I just got tired of it. You know, I wasn't buying that many games for it, and I ended up selling it. And I forgot what else I had got at that time. I think I ended up having a Wii. I had the Wii at the time, and I think I had some older consoles. Yeah, I had like the Nintendo 64 and had the GameCube at that time, and so I was playing all the other things. And really, mainly at that time, I was more into my PC than I was in the PS3 because it was still kind of new at the time. So I sold it off. Then I ended up getting the third one, and the third one I took the hard drive out of the old one, and I switched it, put the 40 gig back in it, the second one, and I put in the third one. Well, the only thing that went wrong with the third one is I burnt it out like a dummy, and I knew better. I sat it on the floor, and we have nothing but ceramic tile in the house, and it burnt out, needless to say. I fried the circuit on that bad boy, and this was before like the digital wave that is now. Like, we got all these downloadable indie games and even like full games now. Like, I can go get Assassin's Creed 3 off of the PlayStation Store, no problem now. I mean, back then, you know, all you had was like first party PlayStation games that was like maybe $5 to $10, and they'd even have the PS1, PS2 games at the time. So yeah, it pretty much sucked. So that was right around the time that when I saw the bundle for, because I love Uncharted. I love the series, the franchise. I got all of them, 1, 2, and 3, and I went on and got it. And like I said, I was a biased person to the whole fact of to the whole Microsoft 360 Xbox thing. I was not even into it at all. But what I tell people now is that I'm no longer biased to a lot of things because, number one, I'm a gamer. That's always going to remain. When you see me, you know me, and that's who I am. But number two, most importantly, I'm a collector. So that bias wall has to come down. But yeah. So anyway, that's my number 5, which brings me to my number 4 console. Being that I don't have any graphics, I'm just gonna work my fingers here, and I'm gonna show you guys my number 4. It's my Sega Genesis, my Model 2. I actually prefer the Model 2 over the Model 1. I just love that it's small, and it's, you know, I have enough space to fit it up on my shelf, on my TV stand with my other consoles, and be able to play that, and it doesn't take up much space, kind of like my GameCube. So I love it. And my first memories of my Sega Genesis goes back to Sonic. Everything related to Sonic. Coming up as a kid, Sonic cartoons was on. I used to, made me love chili dogs, because, you know, that was the impression that they gave you, that Sonic and Tails were in love with chili dogs. So yeah, of course, that became my favorite food. And over here in America, that's what we do. And I'm from the South. I'm down here in Texas, and that's what we do. We love to eat chili dogs, and I love chili dogs. I still love chili dogs to this day. But yeah, some of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis is Strider, Golden Axe, Shinobi. Some of the games I pretty much played like at arcades that transitioned to the home life. Oh man, that's what did it for me. But I never had a Sega Genesis until, which brings me to my number 3. My number 3, hands down, has to be my Nintendo. Nintendo, because my love for Super Mario Brothers. Man, I put so many quarters in, I damn near broke that machine. I remember as a little kid playing Super Mario Brothers, and then finally seeing this was the first game that was coming out, was going to be Super Mario Brothers, and it was coming with the Nintendo. And I have so many games that are lined up with it that I just love, like the Adventure Islands, the Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, but 2 being my favorite out of those. And then let's see what else. Oh, Rad Racer and Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins, whatever. Ghosts and Goblins. I mean, there's of course my favorite game out of the NES series, or the NES console games, is Mega Man 2. I beat that game so many times, and I remember being so young and beating something so complex. The thing about the Nintendo that stands out to me is that I think that was when it became defined that I was going to be a gamer, that I am a gamer. And I think back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was evident to me that because of the complexity of the games. I mean, we didn't have the save files that we have now. We didn't have all the memory chips and stuff like that. And, I mean, they eventually started to give us passwords and stuff like that, but before all that, you pretty much had to beat the game in one sitting, and that was the whole thing with Super Mario Brothers games. I mean, that's what made you a gamer. Made you one of the best damn gamers out there, because you had to learn how to beat a game without taking any pause or rest. And a lot of people joke about leaving their systems on and stuff like that and then come back to it later. I was guilty of that. Now my next console, which I would say is number 2/1B. I have like a 1A and 1B, because it's like my number 1 sorta, but then it's like my number 2. Let me give you a hint. Let's go my number 2. It's my PS2. I remember getting this. My wife got me one for Christmas back in, I think it was 2001. I had been asking for one, like a big ass kid. I was asking for one, and she just didn't, I don't think she understood the level of why I wanted it. But pretty much almost every game that's up here on this shelf, I probably played them or had them back then. And I mean, I still have, because there's, and that, I think it's like, it's probably one of my favorite consoles. It's a tie between my other favorite console, because they're so, my tongue's so tied. The library list of games is just phenomenal. Like, of course, the God of War series, the Grand Theft Auto series, the Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, the Manhunt series, Hitman, Max Payne, I mean, Astro Boy, Jack and Dexter. I mean, right there, just all those games alone was probably more than 20-something games. I mean, but there's just countless amounts of games that I could just think of. Crash. I mean, there's so many games, and I just love this system so much, man. I was so ecstatic the day my wife got me one. I think she ended up getting, I don't know if she got it for Christmas or my birthday. It was a while back. I think it cost me $200. And but still to this day, I remember even when I traded it in, I had about 50 demos, and that's not even my games. I had somewhere between 50 to 60 games at that time when I traded it in. Then I had about 50-60 demos as well, the actual disc, because my sister used to work for a magazine company, so she used to get the PlayStation magazines, and in the back, in a little slot, they always used to have like the demos of the latest games that were coming out and kind of giving you a taste. But yeah, man, this one's definitely near and dear to my heart. I definitely love my PlayStation. I'm looking for a Slim. I saw one the other day, and I might go ahead and get the Slim too, just to have it, because I'm a collector, and that's how it is. And then my number 1 game, I've probably told you guys this story on numerous occasions, just waking up. And the reason why it's my number 1, because personally, it gave me my best memory, one of my best Christmases ever. I'll never forget it. Christmas of '92. I asked my mother, simply just asked her, and I knew she was going to do what she could do, because we didn't have that much, and she got me my Super Nintendo, man. I remember waking up that Christmas morning and opening up my opening up my Christmas gift, and sure enough, I had Super Mario World in there, had my controllers, still got my little thing and everything, and there it was, man. I got plenty of gifts, but this was the only one that mattered. I think I beat the game in probably about 3 or 4 days, and then I started over and beat it again and beat it again. And needless to say, this one holds a lot of memories. Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, The Legend of Zelda. I actually played that on the Super Nintendo, off-road, and there's a lot of games on the Super Nintendo, and I'm just getting started. I think I got Super Mario World and Super Mario World 2, or Yoshi Island, Paper Mario. I mean, there's just countless amounts of games, but you know, for me, it's just the memories. It's a lot of good memories. And you know how you get that feeling when it just takes you back to being like a kid again, and just enjoying life and the simple things. before all the real world kicked in and having to worry about paying bills and taking care of responsibility. Got a wife, got a kid, and all those things. And sometimes just for a moment your mind can escape you and allow you to go somewhere else. And I think that's the essential things that we have to remember while we love being a gamer. No matter how old we are, I'm 34 now and I still feel the same way as I did when I was 6. But those are my 5 top consoles, or my top 5 consoles. Tell me what your top 5 consoles are. Leave questions, comments, because I'm still building up, because I want to do my video. Got to do my question and answer videos or Q&A video. But tell me what your top 5 consoles. And if you got a camera, leave a video response, because I want to start seeing some video responses. I've been doing this since May. I'm coming up on my first year, and I'm coming up on almost 200 subscribers, and I do thank you guys for subscribing to my channel and being patient with me through the gaps of seeing one video and then not seeing another video for like a week or so. But I really do appreciate everybody that comments, leaves questions, and just been like there with me through all of it since day one. I'm gonna try to roll out more videos. I'm just trying to balance out the life, because I love playing my game. Like like right now I'm thinking in my head, damn, I'm missing out on time to play a game. But I love you guys. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do for me and staying behind me and lifting me up and helping me out. But other than that, tell me how your life is as a gamer. My gamer thoughts right now, I'm psyched about the PS4. I cannot wait, and I'm thinking it's gonna be about $400, so I'm definitely gonna pre-order that. And I can't wait till next week for God of War Ascension. Play the demo. Mine was blown. I got the collector's edition. I should be able to do a video on that. I'll probably do one the next day, because I took off the next day. So I'm going to be standing in line. Hopefully, if I remember, I'll do some video on that too. Alright. Other than that, I'm Lifespiller79. I'm out.